So who's watching? Is it just me? Okay, what I'm working on right now is the Mars Saturn. And the thing about today, what was most interesting about today is that at the beginning of my outing, the beginning of the outing, the word high came into effect. And the word high actually comes from a gambling game, right? High, low, in between. So they're playing high, low. Now they call it in between. If you go high low, they also call it what you can say is war. You have war, you have in between, you have high low. But EO or Julio in the Spanish language also has its own understanding because don't take in context, okay, for what you think I'm going to say, that if I said it differently or I just threw out all the words and you went out there and you saw the words and you didn't see them in order, you don't actually know what I said. Not all are that way, but it's part of what I do. I untangle. So I said that, and I'm yes for the word high low. Is that the word high? If you want to spell it, is it the abbreviation of high? Because when we go to a heater, although there's the temperature, you can put it higher or you're going to put it lower. I don't know about you, but in most cases, high is HI and low is LO as for an abbreviation. Now, now you have to understand the art that goes along with this and also what is happening with these two letters. This is the eighth and the ninth letter. You know, in this one, you can go 19. In this one, you're just going to go in because you carry within the eight the T that goes into that realm. That will be 18, 36, 54, 72 complete. Before it's complete, it's only once. It doesn't get complete until it reaches over here, till it reaches 72. First, second, third, and the fourth one, it repeats. First, second, third, and this is fourth. After D plus one will create the mirror world. One, two, three, and the fourth letter is D, and it brings us into the mirror world. Notice that there's both D inside the second world of silver and in the third world of bronze, and inside bronze there is silver. So D is representing Mars. The N, you can see as it's crossing over, the 14th letter represents your birth, and this represents in its own fact the heavens of birth. The reason for that is that 8 and 9, and the eighth and ninth letter is the H and the I, and they're about the same, and it turns into a window A, B, C, D. Earth is Earth. This would be Earth. Earth would be that 33, 9, and this would be 22, 4. The fourth finger of Mars, and the ninth finger of birth. Or you can use it like this. 4 and 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7. So that finger is also used as the seventh gate. 2, 7, 4, 9. That's that combination because that's where it is from each hand, right to left, left to right. Let's play the piano and see the code. So in this situation over here, there's also a game called Baccarat. And that game, they call this and this a natural. Maybe that's why we're born in Canada. or North America because it's a natural. Could be one of the first pieces to the puzzle. When you write the word 9, you get number 42. When you write the word 8, you get the number 49. Now, this is going to be a mathematical situation I can create out of this. This will create 8 and 6. This will create 13 and 36. This here is going to create the house of bait, number 27, when it equals to 18 plus 9, 3 by 6, 3 plus 6. The house of bait, where inside of it, the Holy Ghost holds on to the seventh gate. Because if you notice, there's 9 areas over here. And you notice that the seventh gate is only because this dot location over here, for the way I have to bring some, what do you call it, logic, possibility. So I drill a hole in all the holes on this. And the only one that shows up number 7 is here. You will have 7 empty spots and over here, because that dot is in the center. And you're going to use 7 of 9 on this one. You're going to use 7 of 9 on both the 1 and the 6. It's the only ones, and that totals 14. All the rest are 5s. That's 20 and 14. 20 and 14. 5 times 4, 7 times, just trying to think, 34, 5 times 4. This is 34. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 equals to 10, equals to 24, and 10 is 34. Just trying to think of something. This equals to 34. It is the N and the T letter. T and the N. It is the TE sound and the EN sound that does this. Now, that was the 20 around. You create the teen by having the ring and the pole. The pole consisting of 2 sides, according to the dice, although there's 9 on each side, equaling to 18. Okay, on 2 sides, right? We're going to go that there's 1 and 8 void, and on the other side is 6 and 3 void, equaling to what is 7 come 11 is 18. That's the actuality. That is the truth. That is the truth going here. That is the truth going here. That is the truth going here. Go to the ATM, go over to your keyboard. So we're using, what I use is what's being used. I don't make up anything that doesn't already exist. You can say, well, you just made it up. Well, the thing is, no, I didn't make it up. The only thing I do is I have equations that bring everything closer together after you bring to light what you see. There's 100% possibility that equation is easy for anybody to figure out because it's simple, and it's supposed to be for all of us that are, this thing is supposed to be for all of us, all the capabilities of finding out this information that has no bearing on anything in this world, but in all actuality, it has a great bearing in this world. Because if you're asking that big old question that's thousands of years old, where do we come from? What is creation? How did the alphabet come to be? We have to take it apart in all the realms that it is used. In games, hockey, baseball, football, soccer, boxing, pool, bowling, darts, in numeric calculations of different alphabets. And I'm going to keep the base to what I know is how they pronounce the words in French and in English, using the Chaldean, which is an alphabet with 8 positions for the letters, using gematria, where there are 7 positions for the letters, understanding what is number 7 and what you can do with number 7 according to games, according to your fingers, according to the realm of their own number. Like if I say number 7, so I'm going to go 7, 14, 21. I can't do anything else. They're all 7s. 7, I got to keep going up by 7. 7 and 7 is 14, and then another 7 is 21. Now that's one way of looking at 7. The other way of looking at the 7 is 7, 16, 25, 34. And then after 34, it becomes 43. So that's how I know at 7, where does everything split? 34 and 43. DC. Like Washington, D.C., the house planet. Not only that, D.C. is number 7. Now, how can I find this again? Yes, 7 times 7 times 7 equals 343. CDC, 343. 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals to 21, plus 343 equals to 364. 364 days for 13 moons. 13 times 7 equals to 91. When you add up 1 to 13, it equals to 91. 91 is the word spirit. You flip it upside down to 61, it becomes the church. You keep it at 9 and 1 or 1 and 9, and now you have AI. You have the I that plays in the heart of what is the heaven of I. If you look at the deck of cards, you will see 6, 7, and 8 are the same. But the I, 9, is not the same as 6, 7, and 8. How come we just didn't put a dot in the center of 8? What is going on with the 6, 7, and 8 that's not going on with the 9? It's a mirror. The 9 is a mirror where the 6, 7, and 8 are actually showing you a gateway. And those dots, in all actualities, will be the moon, the singular moon of Earth and the 2 moons of Mars. They come together in control and understood the way I understand it as the void planet of Mercury that has no moons, and Venus, also another planet that has no moons, in where Venus is number 2 to the exterior, and on the inside is Mercury. So Mercury's always on the inside of the house of Bate. 6 and 1 go here, 3 over here, 3 over here, and 1 over here in order to get this cube complete. So you have the void, the Holy Ghost Spirit, in with the light of creation, the 6 and 1. And where is 6 and 1? Here's number 1. 8 is all the way around. The reflection of 8 is 6. 2 times 4. 8. 2 plus 4. 6. So 1 and 8, the heaven, and 1 and 8 as a number, as the 18th letter in the alphabet, the letter R, it is the end, A and H, the heaven's angel. It is at the end of numbers in Chaldean. When you add 1 all the way to 8, it equals to 36 for the 360 degrees of who we are complete. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 equals to 18R. And I9, they're both 99. And they reflect what is Jupiter that creates what is the spirit in the heaven. The reason for that is 18, okay, 9 times 9 and 9 plus 9 equals to 1881. So the 8 and 8, when they go together, equals to 16. 1 and 6 is 7. We have 171. Now, when you count from 1 all the way to 18, it equals 171. It will exchange. 7 and 1 will keep exchanging through numbers. When you do mathematics, I always do multiplication and addition. I can break them up and do all 3 of them and keep them separated, but right now I'm keeping them together. And 8 always goes back into 8. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 plus 8 is 16, and 64 equals to 80. 8 plus 0 equals to 8. It's in its own. So we're going to get out the 9 card, and you will notice that the 4 card, the 5 card, the 7 card, the 6 card are all members of the 4 family. And the reason for that is they all have the same corners. All the 4 corners, these 2 up here and these 2 down here, only start when you get to the mirror world, number 4, the English square heads. Three and one, okay. So where did we get number 9? So look at number 6 and 7. See, inside 6, okay, brings in the spirit right here, and the only entry through the 7th gate. And then the 8 card, do we have the 8 and the 9? I'm making my desk a mess. That's funny. I don't have the 8 card. Okay, irregardless, here's number 9. See, number 9 has got 4 on this side up and 4 on this side down, but it only has like this. So 9 is an equivalent to what is 5 and 4? 9. Not 6 and 3, 9. Okay. The reflective part of what is 6 and 3, 9, 360 degrees, equaling to 18 and 9 equals to 27. The gateway in Beit, in the house of Beit, okay, is what is 4 and 5, 9. And it's ironic that the word love is exactly 3, 4, 5, 6. It is 4 and 5, right? Encompassed in between what is 3 and 6. So is it that the 3 and 6, the I and R, in the heaven spirit encompasses to who we are? And it's ironic that 4 times 5, 4 plus 5 equals to 20 and 9, and 29 is the birth in the house of Beit, number 29, 11. The the number 19, okay, hold on a second, just give me a minute. I lost my trend of thought. What happens is the beginning of it comes from this. We're going to go 11. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 2, equals to 1. 2 plus 1 equals to 3. What equals to 3? 1 plus 2 equals to 3. 1 plus 2 equals to 2. 2 times 3, 6. 2 plus 3, 5. 5 times 6, 35 plus 6, 11 equals to 41. We take 41, we multiply it. 1 times 4 equals to 4. 1 plus 4 equals to 5. And now we have what is our 4 times 5, 4 plus 5 equals to 20. T equals to 09I. This is the beginning of what I say is the IT system. The 9 is hooked up in the house of Beit, inside of what is 3 and 6. I have to remember where 36 comes from. I don't remember where I get 36, because to get this, okay, I would go the multiplication and the addition, okay, equals to a total of 63. But if you take a look, 7 times 7 equals to 14. And now 9 and 4 is 13. 9 times 4 is 36. You'll also note that 9 and 4, 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 7 plus 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. We now have 4 and 5, and my total is 3 and 6. So all through the number 77, and 77 stands for matter. When we have this, it's M at, okay, at, okay, and then it's that over here. I'm not exactly sure what it says, but this, okay, is, you know, when you write an email, you have to put where it's at. So every time you have the AT together, it's a location to where you're at. When you have the E, okay, it's because according to a dice cube, right, you'll have that for A, but this will complete what is your 5E. If you have the deck of cards, the E resides in the house of I. The E resides in the house of I. Here is your E. And the center over here, when the house of I comes in, you only add these 4 to E to get I. The AE world. And in between that is 432, our vibration, or 234. And number 51, which is on the outside, is what is Mars. The numeric value for Mars is 51. You can put V1, Earth. Whoop, let me redo this. Earth, okay, is number 52. And how about V11? Or how about 6 for Mars? And how about 7 for Earth? So now we brought Earth and Mars together as the spirit of 76. Now, if we go over to the game of craps, we like to say what they call the big 6 and 8. Now, the thing about the big 6 and 8 is you place 6 chips on both 6 and 8, and if you win, you get back an extra 7 chips for both of any of the wagers. Also, it is the house of DC. It is what divides the 7th gate. That if I just flip these both to the same side, I end up with 3 and 3, 6. So I flip it over again, I get 4 and 4 equals to 8. So now you know if I flip it back, we know we're at the 7th gate, because I don't get that number doing it with any other one. You see, it's not happening with this one, right? See, it's on the side, right? But if I put it back like this, it's going to be like that. So even if I turn it this way, right, or then turn it this way, I'm always going to get the 7. So the next one is, this is the divided gate. So we have 7. Okay. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to go 2 and we're going to go 4. So if we go 2 and 4, right, here's your 4 and here's your 2. So if we go 2 and 4, should we flip over the dice and get 5 and 3? It's not because I'm guessing or lucky, it's because that's how the dice work. 5 and 3. And this equals to 6, and this equals to 8. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to go over to 1 and 5 and 6 and 2. So we have 2 here and 6 over here. So we have 6 and 2 and then 1 and 5. That's Mars. Mars comes in to the queen. 26 is game. 62 is queen. 26 is card. 26 will also create the 2 times 6, 12. There are 12 inside 2 double colors. 2 plus 6 is 8. There are 8 triple colored corners. So I don't know if it's just lucky or what, but there's 26 cubes and 1 center spindle on this, holding 6 blocks. So now when we have this, we ask ourselves, what does 9 do? Well, the word 9 equals to 24. 2 times 4 equals to 8. 2 plus 4 equals to 6. The dividing gate is in the house of DC, that where the 7th gate equals to CDC, to where you add it up, it equals to what is 364. There are 13 moons times 7 equals to 91, times 4 equals to 364. And if you want to look at it another way, there are 13 moons, or what is man's bar mitzvah? So the bar mitzvah, the number for man is 28, 28 days to the cycle of the 13 moons to become man when you have the bar mitzvah, and they bar 66 in the game of craps. They're barring 66 because they're barring creation, 11. They're barring creation, 11, in the heavens house of Pegasus. Pegasus is number 88. The numeric value, okay, for the windows of Mars is 22. 2 by 2 and 2 plus 2 equals to 4. Let me just do this properly. (22) is the window. 2 times 2, 2 plus 4 is 44. It's half of what is 88. Where do I get 8 from? I get it from here. That when we're looking at number 1, there are 8 empty spaces. If I have 2 cubes, okay, of number 1s, we have 8 and 8 empty spaces, giving me the value and the reason to say 1188. Noting that when I do say 1188, I have to also go 66 and 33, because the opposite side of what is the 1 is the 6. And if it's the 6, I have the 3 void, and I'm doing them both twice. I'm barring 66 to what is your creation of the Christ. JC, number 13. Although it's 10 and 3 into the mirror world of the Jesus Christ, although it's Mercury at 103, although it's Earth and Mars coming together at 103, This is 13 because man has his bar mitzvah. We're barring the 66. We cannot get to the seventh gate when you bar the 66. Man's numeric value. Then over here, the addition of this one coming to this one is now 4 and 1, which is the king's home. Number 41. So we did this. We ended up with the IT system over here for, I jumped over this. This ends up to be 13 moons a year at 28 days. Here is our creation. It depends. We can, after we get this number over here, we can use it in other fashions. Our creation in the house of Beit is right over here. You can also note this is 360 degrees. The extra days in the year, sometimes I remember for what reason. How can I explain this? Wow. Just okay. Just let me. I think I'm just losing my connection a little bit. Not only that, but for these numbers in 6 and 8, just 1 second. Mars, right, is number 51, right? So in between is going to be 2, 3, 4. Earth is number 52. So in between is only going to be 3, 4. The only thing in our way is 3 and 4, 7. The only thing in the way here is 9, 7 and 9. Now, if you go to your telephone, I didn't want to do a long video. If you go to your telephone and you take a look at the letters on the telephone, you'll notice on the 7 and on the 9, there are 4 letters each. But when you go to the ATM, they remove the letter, 1 letter from the 7, 1 letter from the 9. And they took those letters and they put it on the number 1 of the ATM machine. And the letters that they moved, if you rather hear my voice or see me write it, is the letter Z and the letter Q. But it might not mean too much to you. But when you write it out, if numbers are talking to numbers, where you have the ATM and the number 1 has the Q17 and the Z26, to where the 7 had PQRS equaling to a total, I'm going to try and remember, of 7D, and the 9, which is WXYZ, equaling to 98. Well, they removed the Z26 and they removed the Q17, equals to now what is 53, equals to what is now 72. Do notice it's 8 and 9. Do notice that when you multiply 3 times 5 equals to 15, 3 plus 5 equals to 0, 8, H, 23, W, H, O, who. When you multiply this, you end up with 9 and 14 equaling to 23. W, I, N. Win who? How? So they both create number 23. They're both 1 and 7 equals to 8. And 2 and 6 equals to 8. This is the Q and the Z. Together, 26 and 17 equals to the house. You got it. The house of DC, number 3443. And we're going to call it the hot house. The reason for that is because the numeric value for the word hot is number 43. So now what's going to happen next is now we have 88. So if you can remember before that, Pegasus, and I'm just trying to think, Pegasus and the purple. And you have to know that if I know and you know that red and blue will combine to equal purple. Well, blue is for cold, and red usually is for hot. And their numeric value reverse is 4374 equaling to 77. And the word that goes with that is the word matter and Christ. So we went to the ATM, and now we know on number 1, it's holding DC 43 or DC 7 if you want to look at it. But it's also holding AI because the mathematics, multiplication and addition, will equal to what is 19 AI, and the reverse of this is H. So what is the reverse of the heavens? It's AI, or the letter S, the reverse alphabet. This is the letter L, G, or C and G. They also have their own position, meaning the C is the opposite reverse alphabet of X. C is also the 1, 3, 5, where C is the center of what is where our vibration 2, 3, 4 inside Area 51 or Mars. Okay. Also note that these are the letters that go along with it, as well as these are the letters. The same thing as you're going to think about orange. You're going to think about orange because if you're playing the game of pool, the 13 ball and the 5 ball are both orange and they fit with the heavens. There's 8 apart. There's actually 7 balls apart, but 8 to connect. Again, 7 and 8, 7 and 8, 7 and 8. So this is what happens, okay, when this happens. Not only that, our total alphabet was 351, and it remains 351, except 43 gets shifted, and now we're working on 308. There's your 38. We're working on your gold creation of the heavens. 3/4 of all creation. 3 out of 4. But not 4 out of 4. That's what you get with Earth's creation in the third planet. Or you add on 1/4 creating an iPod on Mars. Do you notice it's, if you put that dot over here, it's creation of 51. It's creation of Mars in the house of DC. Earth, Mars. In the spirit of 76. In the divided house, 8 and 6. Why do I call it house or planet or divided planet? Because the word house and planet, 23, 44, 54, 64, 68. 5, 19, 24, 21, 45, and 8, 53. And whoa, did I do that wrong? Did I make a mistake? Let's count. 5, 24, 34, 44, 45. No, 5, 24, 34, 44, 45, 55, 60, 68. Okay, planet. You have the word 10 inside of it. 10 is 39. So that means the rest of it is 29. Did I get that right? 28, 29, 39, 43, 48, 58, 68. This and this will create 68. See, there's 19, there's 20, there's 29, there's 39, there's 49, there's 59, there's 69, there's 79, there's 89, and there's 99. These 3 are separate from the rest of them. Only 7, 8, and 9, okay, happen 9 times in numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 happens 7 times. Remember that thing between 7 and 9? This dice cube only happens 7 times. There are 2 missing from this cube. Although all 9 are there, you never get to use 2 of those at any point. The reason I say this is because the French, when they say 17, 18, and 19, they say it this way. They separate it. When we speak in English, we separate things over here. These are still into the teens, right? But when numbers end, the ending of the first of numbers, or the halfway point of 360 degrees, ends here. So this teen is a new teen. 1 and 8 equals to 9. 1 and 9 equals to 1. So there's a new plateau. The plateau changes a few times when you get to 19, 20, and 21. When you get to 21, what's different about this is it's the second time that you're ever going to use this word. 21st, 22nd, 23rd. The same as first, second, and third. So there's a skip of this. So the beginning of all your numbers or the explanatory system is 1 through 20 and 1 before you start over again. And then it chops off again, the number system. The number system chops off when you get to 69. 70 is not 70, 80 is not 80, and 90 is not 90. 70 becomes 60, right? And 10 all the way through 19. And 80 becomes 4 by 20 plus 1 through 9. And 90 becomes 4 times 20 plus 10 all the way through 19. So you can see that the 10 is going to happen 40 over here and 40 over here. It's mentioned 40 times, 4 times at 10, at 17, 18, and 19. I didn't mark 19, right? You want to reverse this, we can go 9A, 8B, 7C. But we can also understand that Z, when the alphabet ends, it's the 26th letter, making the Z number 8. So the alphabet and the understanding of letters has to be more understood than what it is, because 9 is playing on the inside, 8 is on the outside. It ends the alphabet, unless you want to say that last area of the alphabet, the 27th area, must get back to what letter should we actually put there? The house of bait, the controlling of the rest of the board. So when we get to this, right, we're just going to go 17 times 3, 18 times 3, 19 times 3 equals to 51. Mars equals to 54. The sun, do you remember inside 5 and 4 is 3 and 6, enveloped within the sun of creation? It seems like we seem to be that number 5 and 4, that IT system, or that is what's been put inside of us, and they took away our real reception or vibration. And this one will be 57, and this one will be the moon. The moon, the sun, and Mars. Where do we get Earth from? We get Earth by 4 by 13 equals to 52. We have to understand number 52. Earth's numeric value is 52. This 1 and 3 is going to be now a 4. So Earth now becomes 44, 8, and 16. We become what is the 24-hour gate, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, in the spirit of 76. And this comes from Pluto. It's also the 7th gate because the addition over here will create 7. G and H come together. The heaven's gate, something to do that we're divided with. Are you following this? Are you following this? That's where it all changes for man. Anyways, I'm working on a piece right now. If you have any questions, I'm working on a piece of Mars square. I'm just going to get something to drink in the fridge. I'm going to come back. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do at Mars square. There was a post about Mars square on FB, number 26, the Queen's Gate. Give me a second. And there's also letters like, for me, because Mars is number 51, right? I would like do that. Because Earth is 52, I would do that, right? Mars and Earth. And now if you take a look at it, this looks like a 9 and a 6, or 916. And this one looks like 986. And you can go 91816 if you want. and you can call the spirit in Venus. And then upside down, it becomes 91, 18, and 16. 16 can be used as the church. It's a sweet 16. It becomes the half-life. When the 1 is up, the 6 is down. Is there a 16 on this cube? I think there is a 16 on this cube. I think it has to do with, here's number 16. It's 2 and it's 16. The house of bait. It's not 11, right? This would be 11, right? You see 3? But when I flip it over, okay, when I flip it over, right, you have 11. So if you're calling it out, you're calling out 1 and 1. If you call out 1 and 1, if I put 1 and 1, here's 1 and 1. Looks like 11 to me. So there's a misunderstanding or a different way of seeing things. But there are 8 voided areas here, the same way if you took out the 1 chip for the 1 dot and you have 8 around. That's your 16. That's your passage through 1 and 1 through 2. Where am I? Mars becomes 6, Sun becomes 9, Moon becomes 3. Mars becomes 6, Sun becomes 9, and Moon MNN becomes 3. 3, 6, 9. 639. So there's a combination of 639. I'm not really sure in which book I have that combination. Six, 3, 9. 639. Do I have 639? No. 639 is an F. Where does this come from? 6, 6. 6 plus 6, 12. 1 and 2, 3. 3 plus 6, 9. 9 plus 6, 15. 1 and 5, 6. So the 639 rotation is right here inside of F. It absolutely works out perfect. And the total here for the reverse roll is 24. 18 and 6. The Heaven's Gate inside of F6. See, when we're talking about 10, a full rotation of numbers, right? You have the rotation of numbers, but the full rotation, if you had a belt that was going all the way around, you have to come back to 1 again. You know, because the belts overlap, right? You put this over this and then you hook it up. You lose part of the belt that overlaps, so it locks on, right? So you can do 1 and 2, and it's 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And then when you add them up, you get 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. Then you go to C. What is C? It's 3. 3 plus 3, 6, plus 3, 9, plus 3, 12. 1 and 2 is 3. There's only 4 for rotation. Here there's 10. Here there's 3. Over here, 4, 8, 12. 1 and 2, 3. 16, 1 and 6, 7. 20, 2 plus 0. 24, 2 and 4, 6. 28, 2 and 8, 10. 1 plus 0, 1. There are 10, 10. When you add them up, it's all 9s. Works out absolutely perfect. The 4th and the 5th letter are birth, and it works out to all 9s. The total at the end, let me see what this total is, 45 plus 4. The added on, they're all 45s plus 4, except for C, F, and I, 3, 6, and 9. So you come over here to 5, and you can see the way 5, every second number, it climbs. And then you can see every second number, it climbs. So the story it's telling you here, it's telling you about Pluto. Here it's telling you about our birth in the divided house. This is going to create 44. It's going to be part of area space for a teen. This is your Mars over here. Then there's the G and H that come in. Starts off with the moon, and the H is your gateway into 99. You remember what I said? 36, 3 times 6, 3 plus 6. To a single digit count, 99. The word teen is 44. The word Jupiter is 99, and 13 is 99. But 13 is 99 very specially, as it equals 55 and 44 together. Again, and love those numbers. So here we have 10 and here we have 10. And then again, you add it up, it equals to 639. And you can see what GH, again, F and G, and Mars is Mars 6 and Earth 9. They're both the same numbers added up. So this F can lock into G and H. So we have 10 numbers. So the thing about these dice cubes is that the opposite side of 10 numbers that makes a completion is 4 numbers that make a completion. They pay 2 to 1 or 9 to 5 in the casino, both 10 and 4, the divided gate in the game of craps. Now, let me see if I can finish off what I started over here. 3, 6, and 9, G and H for a second, is this little piece of work over here. Well, let me just make this smaller so I can see if I got it on the camera. And this is Saturn square. So we're going to go ahead and 35, 42, 52, 62, 60, 65. So we're going to write that down. We're going to write down 65. Now we're going to go to the next row, and we're going to get 16, 41, 49, 59, 65. And we're going to go to the next row. We're going to add up 17, 22, 32, 33, 34, 35, 45, 55, 56, 65. See if I can fix this. It's not working. Hold on a second. Okay, let me just do it this way. 65, 65, 65, 22, 36, 37, 47, 57, 65. And all the ways of counting. Okay, this is Mars square. I guess they already knew that the answer was all 65s, right? And this one is, let me see this. 29, 39, 48, 51, 30, 29, 38, 49, 50, 65, 15, 32, 42, 52, 62. So it's all 65s. 65. Let me see if I can. $65. Whoop, that pulls itself out. Hold on a second. 65. And then 65. And then we do it this way. 23, 33, 36, 46, 50, 65. Now, that's one way to look at it, right? And if you want to add it up to the second level, 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. So now you know that everything here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The total is actually 55. And the mathematics that I showed you for that, okay, is over here. 7 times 6 equals to 42. 7 plus 6 equals to 13 plus 42 equals to 55 in the spirit of 76, in the spirit of Earth and Mars, in which are created by number 16. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 will create this. This is going to go on to create 25 and 10 equaling to 35. And when you multiply this again, it becomes 15 and 8 equaling to 23. Then it'll go into 65, and it'll keep going on and creating other numbers until you get into number 1441, or the DNA of the sun suits. 19. the sun suits, 19 and 29. Where am I going with this next? Did I want to finish off with Mars? Yes. So if you noticed, when we minus it, it equals to 29. If you noticed that it'll now create the division in the house between 6 and 8, the house of DC, and 3 and 4. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. In its creation. These numbers over here. So this is your spirit, freedom, 55, drive alive at 55. And what it happens is it came from 7 and 6. It ends up at 55. And the mathematics are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 creates 5 and 5, created from 76. So that's that equation there. So let me finish the next one. So in the next one over here, you have 8 and 7, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The next one, you have 7 and 7 and 7. 4 and 3 is 7, and 7 is 14. And 8 is 22, and 7 is 29. Whoop. Now we're going to go into the next one. 8 and 5, 13, and 7 is 20, 29. Now we're going to go to the next one. 10 and 1 is 11, and 9, 20. Now we're going to go to the last one, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's right, 20. So they're all number 2s, each and every one of them. And don't forget, we're going to have to add the rows and crisscross them to understand a little bit deeper. And the center to this is number 4, with 13 on this side and 12 on this side. With 14 up here, 5 and 2 down here, 1 and 2. 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. 3 and 5, 8 at the corners, 2 and 6, 8 at the corners. 3 and 5 at the corners, 2 and 6. In this one, it's 3 and 5 and 2 and 6, both creating 88 together. I'm just trying to see. So 2 plus 0, 2, 2 plus 0, 2, 9 and 3, 2, 11, 1 and 1 is 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is 12 on this one. How can that be? They have to be the same numbers. Did I make a mistake? Let me see if I made a mistake or not. All right. This is what is 10. This is what is 11. When you divide up with 3 cubes, your division is on number 11. 7 and 11. 8, 15, 16, 17, 20. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. It's only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So this one's 10. And actually, this one's 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 1 and 1 is 2. Right? So it's 11, 20, and 29 that bring Saturn's square a little bit closer together. Now, can I create this image here, or what is the artwork going to come out over here? Let me see. Hey, way out there, far out there to be a dot art. Sheltering, the skyrockets, 888, 8 we great. Well, great, you can be grading something. Ain't, saints, ain't, 8 out of the word 888. 8 times 8 is 64, times 8 is 512. That is Mars together with Venus. 5 and 1, 512. You ever see your memory sticks and it says 64? 64 is the part of the Israel setup. 64, Zion, Israel. 6 times 4, 24. The 24th letter is X. The reverse is C. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is what creates the 7th gate. C comes together through 11. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1. So when we're trying to figure out things that happen, we have to know where everything comes from. You can talk all you want about numbers and what they mean, okay, but there's there's the deeper story. I think together we all have to work together. Now that I don't know, but I'm guessing we have a lot of information, and that together we can work this to open up what I believe is. I'm just cleaning up here. I believe that now this is only my belief because of my work, and my theory is that if we can consciously unlock a door, okay, that puts up blockades for the sanity of the world right now, without doing anything more other than being together and exchanging this, because what happens is when more and more people learn about a game they like to play, more and more people want to play that game. Everybody wants to know what's on the in. And if we can show everybody what's on the in, maybe they'll stand up and say, now we understand how things came to be. Is there, now let's say we're living in the realm of this book, right? We're in this book right now. So we're in this book and we finally find out how the alphabet got put together, how words put together, how music is made, why music makes us feel a certain way, why colors attract us in different ways, why we do things that we do. When we can figure that out, when we understand how everything was created. Anyways, I think I'm going to end it over here. I did the Mars square. I just have to work on that design. I'm not really sure. Um, they have a design. I think I can take this to another dimension. Um, there's also different things going on in their design. One of them is this. Right. One of them is, whoop, how come I can't get that? Yeah. So one of them is this, right? And then I think I'm going to take away and put this here. I'm going to try and see if I can do one more. Let me just figure this out. Looks like the Star of David to me, but it ends over here. Just trying to understand. Whoop. So I'm trying to understand. All right, is that the way? Trying to understand exactly what's going on with this. There's a structure being built. This is just one piece of the structure. See the way it's dropping down over here? Is it over here? Whoa, what in the world happened? Hold on about that. Wow, what happened there? Some kind of structure is being built. I don't really know what it is. So this is the way I'm depicting the building of Saturn Square, of a Mars Square. Sorry. Okay, so somehow, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna end it here. I'm trying to figure out was there anything I missed. Let me go back and check out a couple of pages. Yeah, there's a few things I didn't explain. I'm gonna just go over. I'm not sure if I mentioned this yet. Let me just see. I may have, but I'm gonna go over this really quick. There's 11, 11, right? Well, you have 5 and 6, 11, and 5 and 6 is another 11. All right. You have 8 and 3 is 11. You have 2 and 9 is 11. You have 4 and 7, 5 and 6. So they're all 11s. Then they create mathematics, but I'm a little bit tired right now. How numbers come together, if you can understand this over here. And this, I like to put everything to the cycles we run, and the cycles we run is 7, 4, and 1, but 4 can be made up of number 13. 7 and 6 is 13, 1 and 3 is 4. That's where Mars comes together inside of 4, Mars and Earth. 7 is made up of 5 and 2, 1 and 6, 3 and 4. All make sevens. Number 2 is made up of 2, 9, 3, 8, 4, 7, 5, 6. Number 5 is made up through 1, 4, 2, 3, but it's also made up 9 and 5, 8 and 7. Both create it's 8 and 6. 8 and 6, 9 and 5, 8 and 6, 9 and 8 and 6, 9 and 5, 7 and 7. I'll create 14. 1 and 4 equals to 5. Number 17 is 8 and 9 create 17. And also number 2 and 5 create 17. 2 times 5, 2 plus 5 equals to 10, 7, 17. Also 18, 1 and 8 equals to 17. 1 plus 8, 1 times 8. 9 and 8, 17, 9 and 8, 17. And 5 times 5 equals 25. 2 and 5 is 7. 5 plus 5 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 and 7, 17. 17, 71. Now, numbers come to be, and what they are, for whatever they do, they bring things a little bit closer together in this piece that I'm working on, the theory of everything, so that we can finally understand through words, math, and art creation, through everything that's been created. If you have anything to say it to me. I'll come back on anytime. Go over whatever you want to go over. We have to find what's inside a little bit deeper. Why what is. 577. I like to call it the egg. 577, the egg, the moon, Christ, matter, time, the student. The reason for that is 5 and 7, the numeric value for the moon. 7 and 5 is for electric. 7 times 7, 7 plus 7 will create 63. 14 and a 49 will be included, which will include what is 45, the IT system. EGG, or 577, is also egg. Egg in French can be written and found in a numeric equation as 1 through 5 equals to 15 O. 5 is E. 1 through 6 equals to 21 U. 6 is F. It says UF, which is egg. 5 times 7, 5 plus 7 is 12 and 35, 47, the numeric value for time. Where 47 or 74 is also what is God with the dash, without the O. 74, what is Jesus. 74, what is energy. To what is 77, matter. And for now, thank you very much for joining me. If you want to say anything else, go ahead. If you ever want to send me a message and then ask me to do a video, if we can get a few people together and we can put a discussion period together, that's fine. But for now, a little bit tired. I want to thank you for watching this video. I hate to leave. I hate to get off. I hate to stop, but I can't think. I'm not putting anything in order anymore. Peace and love. 9 times 4, 9 plus 4, 36 and 13. Very special number. The fourth finger, the ninth number, right? But when it's 9, it's also 6. And when it's 2, it's also 5. So in that 4 and 6, Zion, Israel, 0. It will create 4 times 6, 4 plus 6 will create DC. There's all these number combinations, and Anyways, okay. Peace and love.